What does linear addressability mean, and what is Cadent doing?
Yeah, great question. So what it means is it's the ability for live viewing in a broadcast environment, right? A live stream, the ability to dynamically insert ads in real time into those spots based on audience profile information that either the broadcaster or the operator has in an anonymized fashion on those viewers. So in real time we can decide, someone's watching this show, we're going to show a car ad, a consumer, a CPG ad, a mobile ad. So the ability to do that in real time in a live linear television viewing environment.
So how does Cadent make that happen? Give us an update on that.
Yeah, so we have technology that's deployed in Virgin Media's footprint, and we're integrated with the broadcast streams. So there are markers around the linear spots, and we have an integration that picks up those markers, and we can say, all right, we're going to splice an ad in real time into that linear viewing spot. And so that ad can be personalized, it can be optimized, it's in the context of other non-addressable linear ads. So we're obeying policy restrictions as well, so we won't put an addressable car ad against another car ad that's been in the linear stream that is not addressable. So there's a lot of controls for the broadcaster and the platform operator to manage that.
So just explain a little bit, it's in the box itself, the set-top box?
Great question. So we have technology that sits within the network of Virgin Media. So you would call that server side traditionally. And then we have an integration with their set-top box platform, which can be either TiVo or Horizon is their other platform. And that we are integrated with a small client that sits within that set-top box that's making requests back to our server-side ad decisioning system.
So tell us what's happening with Sky.
Yeah, so it's a big partnership. I think first time in the EU, I think actually first time anywhere where two competing operators that exist in the same market, the UK, have integrated to support addressable scale in an integrated technology programmatic fashion across both their footprints. So you have Sky, which is about 9 or 10 million homes, I think is what they're saying for AdSmart. On their footprint, you got another 3 million homes from Virgin Media. You've got upwards of 10 plus million homes that now support linear addressable advertising. And I think the unique thing is that this is a pretty automated solution where Sky has spent a lot of time and energy developing AdSmart. It's a world-class product, and we're enabling them to use AdSmart on the Virgin Media footprint through a lot of sophisticated integrations between our two systems.
So I know it's early on, but how much of the linear ad load, if you will be addressable, do you think? I mean, what are some of your preliminary thoughts about that?
I think you'll see a lot of demand for the addressable inventory. I think if you look at the UK as well as the US market, there's been limited availability of inventory for addressable. In the US market, it's been limited to the 2 minutes so far. The big sea change in that market is that I think you're going to see that expand across the rest of the 8, 10, 12 minutes of traditionally broadcaster or network owned spots. So they're going to open up a lot of supply in the US market. And then I think in the UK market, a really big thing is not only Sky now having access to do this across their own footprint, but Virgin Media's. Also, they announced a deal with Channel 4. So that is big news in that you have another big broadcaster who's now doing that across those two footprints.
And addressability will be, of course, is established in VOD. Tell us sort of a little bit about where things are on the VOD side here in the UK and other activations that you're doing.
Yeah, good question. So I think we've been doing VOD dynamic ad insertion since 2012 with Virgin Media. We have integrations with Sky and Channel 4 and their other content partners. We're doing it in Ireland. We're going to be doing that in other markets with them in Central Europe. And I think those workflows are a little different than addressable linear, and I think the addressable linear workflow will encompass those in the future because, even though linear viewing is flat or slightly declining, it's still the lion's share. I think Carol McCall, the CEO of ITV, was like, it's still 85% of our viewing is on linear. So I think you'll see a normalized workflow between addressable linear and VOD is a part of those addressable campaigns. Just because of the scale. If you're competing for new ad dollars to television against Google and Facebook, to not use the linear scale of your TV business is like fighting with both arms behind your back. So I think that's going to be the driver.